Alright, welcome back to Blue Exorcist Anime Review, episode number 38. We are discussing the final episode of the fourth season of the show, known as Parting. This episode adapts from the rest of chapter 96, which is pages 9 to 35, and here's we only get technically one full chapter, 98. For 97, they adapt the first 16 pages of this chapter, the entirety of chapter 98, and the first 7 pages of chapter 99. Kind of in a way, the best way to describe this episode is that the first half of the episode is concluding the main story of the season, while the end of the episode is just a setup for the very next season's show, which actually is airing right now. They've already released the 3rd episode, so presumably next week we might get that next season coming out. So in this episode, Yuki and Rin arrive at the surface, the roof of the prison, and Rin's half across the bridge. Yuki decides not to follow him because, well, he thinks basically he thinks of other stuff, and of course basically he does not want to go with them. And then all of a sudden a Illuminati helicopter pops up out of nowhere. Yes, a Illuminati helicopter. Maybe Shima basically summoned it because he's a double agent for the Illuminati. So then he proceeds to shoot Ren 3 times. Shoots him in the head, shoots him in the neck, and I think he also shoots him in the chest as well. And then Ren's like, that's it. So he takes out his Kamehameha sword, the sword he's had since the very first episode of the series. And also we see his bag start burning. Yes, blue flame is coming out. And he attempts to hit his brother, who attacked him, and then the sword snaps. Yes, the blade breaks. And also he sees that, well, his eye is weird. Well, the whole thing is he's got Satan's flames, and Satan starts talking to him for a bit, and then he proceeds to walk away. And he gets a helicopter, and then later on he's seen on the Illuminati, wherever the base is, and we briefly see Lucifer. Then there was a lot more here that was cut. My guess is they might say that for the next season's show. It's possible, to say the least. So Ren, of course, basically because his sword is broken. Then he proceeds to get consumed by his own fire, and we see nearly burnt to ash. And of course, that's when Mephisto basically wakes up, and it's like, oh, I can't wait, I can't miss this. So then all of a sudden, a blue heart pops up on top of where his body is, and Shimi points out that might be his demon heart. His body reforms. His hair is no longer raven color; it's now white. Also, he's butt naked. Yes, Renakumura is butt naked, and he's got a different personality. He's like, oh, this power inside of me. Of course, according to Ren, last I thought this type of power is when he first drew the Kamehameha sword. And the sword basically is contained his power the whole time. And Shimi uses her little friend to basically contain Ren's flame to make sure he's not in control, which is very smart of her to do. By the way, it's later, from what I read, because of this instance, it's actually revealed that she actually really is in love with Ren. Yeah, she's in love with him. Which Amaimon basically sees that she has got feelings for him. Well, for Ren, not for Amaimon. Amaimon just basically watches and he goes away. He's also sucking out a lollipop. So, and then we see inside of Ren's mind, where he proceeds to punch the violent version of him, keep him contained. He's back, and then he collapses. Then he wakes up in Mephisto's bed. Mephisto's not there, don't worry about that. Mephisto's already dressed. So then he's basically in a robe. He sees his hair the way his first time. And then, of course, he asks Mephisto about his parents, where he came from, and then he basically, he says, "Well, I've been waiting to hear those words the whole time." He gives him a new uniform, which, by the way, this particular uniform he would actually have throughout the entirety of the very next story arc, which is the Blue Knight arc. Yes, so in the manga presents it's white, here it's black. It's a patrolman's uniform, so he's basically able to walk through no problem. At least he's not walking back in, at least he's basically where he's going, not going butt naked. The heart gets put away, actually it's sealed, and then it's revealed Ren apparently had a key around his neck the whole time. Something which basically is never mentioned before. Now, this is actually not the fault of the anime for this. This actually is the manga's fault for this. Because if you watch his anime and you don't read the manga, like, wait, when did Ren basically have that? Like, what was this changed in the manga? Oh, no, this actually was in the manga. So, this is not made from the anime. This actually is from the manga. So, and then the episode ends with Mephisto closing the door that goes outside where it's snowing. He can't go back. Apparently, Ren has to go back in time and witness the events of the Blue Knight. Something was teased in this season. And then we see him turn the key, and he walks to a white opening, mentioning he's a demon, and that's the episode. Really good season. I love all the investigation really of Blue Knight. It's interesting though the fact that this is technically the Blue Knight investigation arc. It's more like a setup for the Blue Knight arc itself. That's kind of what this season was set up for this very next arc. Now, I was kind of surprised there was going to be a season 5. And, well, we got season 5. And I'm surprised it came as quickly as it did. Because this episode aired just a few weeks ago in Japan. And we're already in season 5 for the show. And can you believe just around this point last year, we just got season 3. The first new season for this anime in 7 years. Yes, 7 years. And now we're on a completely new season. Now, I've also heard, it was also confirmed that the very next season of the show, season 5, will also be 12 episodes. Yes, for the fourth season in a row, we have a season being 12 episodes. Me, personally, I do not have a problem with that. Excuse me. None at all. And the reason why for this? Because, of course, there's not a lot of manga left at this point in time. And if you're curious, what basically comes up almost 99. If you think about it, there is basically about 55, 56 chapters left to be adapted for the series. So when they finish adapting Blue Knight Investigation, they may not do season 6 right away. No. Because the arc is still ongoing. My guess is they might wait a bit, or they could do the first half of the story, given the fact that the current arc of One Cloth is going to chapters 121, and the most recent chapter that came out was 154. Which means this arc is roughly 34 chapters in. My guess is they could do the first half of this arc, and maybe do an arc later. Who knows? I don't know. I don't have confirmation about that. But this season will also be noteworthy the last time we see Ren with his black hair. Because his current hairstyle he has here, he has it up until his most recent appearance in the current chapter of the manga. I don't think his hair goes back being black, if I remember. I don't think so, no. But it's a quite interesting change for him. Oh, and by the way, they mentioned that maybe that Shimi basically is like maybe something interesting about her. Of course. It's going to be quite interesting when we do next season, which It could be next week. It could be a month from now. Who knows? But if there's not aired next week, the next episode, the first episode of the current season show, then my guess is that we're probably going to have basically Saturday reduced down from about, I think it's from 3 down to like 2. So that's pretty much it, particular view. Oh, by the way, before I end it here, I should get my final thoughts on the season. The season was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yes, it's been going on the past 2 months, but it's fine. And plus, also, when I finish this up, basically, when I finish this episode here, working on West review-wise, basically, it just case closed, Bleach. Well, Free is coming back this week, so I'm not going to hold. You have that one, Fairy Tail. I think that's it, roughly 4 anime. I did hear something apparently that Israel Crows Engine. The rumor I've heard is that presumably that the anime is coming back February 8th, which is Saturday. I found that to be interesting. Like, why is it going Saturday for? Why didn't I go back Thursday? I'm not sure why. So, yeah, good season overall. I even like one of the episodes, one of the images I saw where it looked like it was nod to the Exorcist film. Good on for the anime for that. So, that's pretty much a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit this like button. Well, tomorrow I have roughly 3 anime to discuss. That being Case Closed, Bleach, and hopefully they release Fairy Tail One Hero's Quest Episode 23. I hope they got it, do, because I'm getting tired of all this freaking waiting for this episode. So, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.